I'm done talking about TOS and all that shit. I'm done. Dude, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I want to talk about what mods that you would like to see in the game. Okay, now none of us in here use mods, okay? We don't fuck with that. But I'm just saying, for those evil people that do use mods, you know, and which, by the way, thank you, evil people, because of your sacrifice, we're now reaping the rewards. Yeah, you got banned, fucking idiot. Shouldn't have been using the mods. But I just want to shout out to their sacrifice because of them, we are getting those mods. You see people comment, maybe if you wouldn't have broke the TOS, you wouldn't have got banned. These comments are coming from, you know, people with modded Catboys, by the way, in their Twitter picture. So it's really hard to take that serious when you're shitting on someone using mods, but oh, your mods are okay to use. It's just this UI mod isn't. Okay. I want to take the bad situation and I want to try to make it into a positive situation. If you're a person that absolutely despises all mods of any kind, then I don't know what to tell you. But there are some amazing mods and UI stuff. Not that I use them. I want to start off the video saying I don't use that, okay? I don't use any cheating tools. I don't use mods. I don't use any of that shit. The packet spoofing stuff, whatever. I don't use anything. The only thing I use is my mind. That's it. But theoretically, if we could have some UI modifications. So here's some of my ideas, right? More customizable numbers across buffs and debuffs on hotbars, the party list. The ability to make your debuffs and your buffs easier to see. Turn off pets and the fucking limit break. You used to be able to turn off the limit break. I really wish you could turn off the limit break. And turn off pets. I really wish that you could turn off like Living Shadow, the Machinist thing, all of the primal summons, all of that stuff, okay? There's some other stuff that I've thought about too. Here, we'll go in game real quick. So let me put on Storm's Eye. Now you see my Storm's Eye counter right here? I want this to be bigger, or I want the option to have like a separate bar so that it's easier to distinguish. Now, people are already going to tell me, but you can separate stuff. Yes, I am aware you can separate stuff, but that doesn't change the fact that it's still hard to distinguish. Like when you're trying to look at this part of the screen, it's hard to see this part out of the peripherals, okay? At least it is for me. It might not be for you. You might be a young blood. You might be able to spot a penny from the fucking space station, you know? I don't know, but me, I'm old. I've already had LASIK once. I can't see this shit. Another thing that I wish is this right here. These numbers, I wish they would show up in the party list over here. There's no reason why they shouldn't. It's just an extra step that you have to take that it's fucking annoying. This is another thing I want in the game too. When I do a heavy attack, okay, this is a physical attack, hard slash. When I do edge, see how this is the same color? See how these are the same color? Well, what I want is I want magic to be a different color than physical. I don't think that's too hard. It would also help new players distinguish things. So that's what I want. Let's see what other people have said. Yes already, because all the confirmations get old. Damage info, okay, I said that. Simple tweaks for stuff like showing total stats after materia has been added, experience bar percentage, and auto open loot window and chest open. It's really dumb. We still can't tell if damage is physical or magical. I like the timer shown on the party list, the different color on physical and okay, there we go. Oh, here's another one that's really good too. So you see this? See how my buff here? Okay, well, you see this little tiny number, this 56. You probably can't see it because it's a number for ants. I wish that this number would be over the skill. Basically, what I'm trying to say, and I mean this with the most respect as possible, the base UI of Final Fantasy XIV is absolutely complete, utter dog shit. Yeah. It is. And I think a lot of people will agree with me on this. And I think that we need to upgrade this shit, okay? It's time. Hasn't been upgraded in a long time, since like 2.0. It's time. All right, so anyway, everything that Dalamund has to offer. Lamau. Dalamund? What is Dalamund? I don't really use mods. Can someone explain to me what Dalamund is? Dalamund is the moon. Okay, so Dalamund is a plugin. Okay, well, I wouldn't know because I don't use them, and you shouldn't use them. 14 devs are so far behind small-time devs that it's almost astounding. How can they be so out of touch with the player base to not have these quality of lives implemented already? Party buff, debuff timers, mentioned that. Indicators somewhere that incoming damage is physical or magical. Okay, so we're seeing a recurring theme here. Improved mouse over functionality. Yo, real talk. Who wants improved mouse over functionality? Because that would be fucking amazing. Holy shit. Personal debuff and HP tracker on enemy lists are the big ones to me. I think that you should be able to control the size of your own personal debuff and your own personal buff. I love to see a really clean dark mode UI. Ooh, we all like dark mode, dude. And either macro chaining or extended macros for crafting. I'm not a crafter, so I wouldn't know about this. I know macro chaining or extended macros would take some skill out of regular crafts, but even the latest crafts with the best gear. Okay, real quick, explain to me what this person's talking about. Okay, longer macros, basically. Okay, now that makes sense. Yeah, this seems fine then. Like, why isn't this in the game already? It doesn't make any sense. You can only put like 14 or 15 lines in, right? Okay, yeah, so you want all the lines in one button, but I guess my question to you is what's wrong with having that? Like, what's wrong with having all of your crafting macros in one button? Wouldn't that be like so much better? Like, basically, it doesn't add any difficulty, right? Crafting in this game is not hard, right? Like, it's not challenging. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Command queuing of macro, sprint, and pots. Holy shit. Also a more robust macro system. See, here's the thing about macros in this game, man. I just like, I'm not saying this person's wrong or anything. I'm just saying that this game, man, macros have always sucked in this game. And I really feel like it's because of the server issue, like it's the server tick and all that shit. This game just isn't really good for macros. But for instance, with something like TBN, I would like it so that it defaults to casting on self, be able to mouse over on party lists, but not mouse over on models. Removal of damage types to quit trivializing mitigation usages. If they must keep positionals, a tweak to the hitbox would help. Someone mentioned a calendar. One with set game resets. Oh, that might be kind of cool. You could put your raid times in the calendar. It would kind of be like adventure plates or something, you know? I could see that being kind of cool. Okay, as a console player, here we go for console players. A better alert system for gathering. Okay, I don't play on console, so I have no fucking idea what that means. Multiple meld config. Oh, okay, here we go. This is a good one. We should have meld loadouts. Yeah, this isn't a console thing, but maybe they just put it in there to put it in there. You know what I mean? But we need meld loadouts, especially for tanks. Damage given taken in PvE, just like how they have it for PvP. Buff timers around the board, substat indicators like when a meld will increase damage. I feel like this goes to this sheet right here. Like this number doesn't tell you anything. Affects the amount of physical and magic damage dealt. The higher the value, the higher the frequency. Well, no shit. How much does it increase it by? What's the potency of the increase? You know what I mean? This is just like no shit. What's defense? It's defense. What's magic defense? It's defense, but magic. You know, like what the fuck? Like this needs to be more in depth. It would be really cool if they fixed the duty recorder so we could use it in all content. So this is one thing that I never understood, the fucking duty recorder. Is there anybody in here that's actually used it? Like me personally, I don't know of anybody that's ever used it. Yeah, there's a duty recorder. Yeah, you have to get everybody's permission in the party too. I just like a more visually appealing UI, and as a gamepad player, an optional 14 combo would be neat. I don't play on controllers, so I can't really relate too much. I don't really play on gamepad. Buff and debuff timers on party and enemies. Yes. Highlight on dots and debuffs on enemies by 150%. Absolutely. Chat bubbles, dude. Everybody loves chat bubbles. Combine 1, 2, 3 combo actions and proc into one keybind. They've already expressed that they don't want to do that. It's not in PvE anyway. Cast bar, font size, alignment, open market board via character or quick lookup of current prices. Some sort of 14 Alexander. I shouldn't have to pay exit lag or some of VPN aside from my sub to be able to play. All right, man, like here, okay, look. I think that SE needs to change their stance on ping and the ability to double weave. I don't remember what live letter that they said it in, okay, or what article that they said it in, but at one point in time, they actually said that this game is playable at like 200 ping. Okay, originally I thought they said like 140 or 150, but apparently it was like 200 ping. Now think about that for a second. Think about playing Dark Knight or Gunbreaker or high APM job with 200 fucking ping. So they need to redefine their word playable. I understand that a lot of people play this game, you know, for the casual aspect, and that's fine. I'm not saying that's bad, but you have to understand that having bad ping as a casual person, it's not near as impactful as having bad ping is a fucking person that does battle content, okay? I would like quality of life feature that Better contrast options for UI plus and actually functioning colorblind mode are the ones that keep me from playing vanilla. Replace nameplates with job badges. This is a neat idea. I've seen this before. Font changes for readability. Timers on important offensive and defenses cooldown across the party. Party buffs flashing on screen as they are about to come off cooldown. Yes, some way of no clipping your GCD if you don't live next to the server. Okay. Customizable job bars that show more info. Okay. Yes, keep talking. Big fat number. He even used PH fat, no F word. Big fat numbers on cooldowns. Why don't they hire this motherfucker? Mod him, hire him, VIP him, implement the ideas in a random order. I'd like to have a log to show which mobs drop which material, similar to what we have for gatherers. It's a pain having to look on the internet every time. I don't really do that this much in this game, but I can tell you I've done it in other games, and it would be very useful in those games. Let's check some of box tweets. Party inflicted buffs, debuffs, not mechanic. Nah, see, I disagree with this. I completely disagree with this. As then you're looking into fight design philosophy changes. No, you're fucking not. That just, it's, dude, all you have to do is target the fucking player. That's all you have to do, or you just look at a fucking VOD, man. It basically removes the middleman of having to look at everyone's individual screenshots of their debuffs and timers after pull. Exactly. It doesn't actually increase the difficulty. I don't know how sacred of a process that is. It's not sacred at all, in my opinion. I think I'm fine with it not existing personally. It does allow one person to shot call multiple people's timers, though, which is fine. Sorry to ask, but does anyone know if we were still able to use Discord with the noob third-party ban? It's probably a really dumb question. Sorry, I had to check. Please, for the love of God, allow us to see what type of damage stuff is. Okay, the type of damage. Yeah, we should. Okay, so damage. Cast bars to display if the damage type for enemy attacks was physical or magical. Okay, so this needs to be in the game. XY scaling on all elements. Detach hide MP bars from player and party frames. That's good too. Some jobs don't even use MP. Player and target frames in the same style. Control over each element of the party frame. Or increase separate buffs and debuffs. Choices of style presets. Oh, I never thought about that, actually. Yeah, I never thought about that. A different preset of UI, like a different style. Give chat bubbles. It was Preach that was pissed about the chat bubbles, right? Better differentiation of your debuffs versus others. White versus faint green is not sufficient. Magic versus physical damage. BGM song title display. Better ready check display. Show shield amounts on your personal health bar. Yeah, I really wish that your own debuffs and buffs were bigger, man. I don't know if you guys have noticed this before, but whenever you receive a shit ton of buffs, your buff can actually swap positions. You can start to look at it at a certain spot, and then once you get like, you know, a bunch of them or it falls off or something and you reapply it, it can be in a different position. It's just annoying. Like, there's no reason it should be that way. DPS Meter goes against their philosophy of reducing toxicity over people's damage, getting kicked because of damage, harassing over numbers. Stuff very, very evident of WoW DPS meters. You will not see FF add a DPS meter to its game ever, and people need to accept this. Besides DPS meters. Just ban people who harass others and make the meters read-only impossible to share in chat window. The thing about this is, man, is that like up until recently, they haven't really banned anybody for a DPS meter, like for just having the meter. That wasn't the original reason for the ban. The reason for the ban was for harassment. And you can take that into anything. Harassment is its own category. I really don't think it would change much. But then again, I don't know. I don't have shit damage, so I don't know. I don't know, man. An encounter timer for each pull. Fuck yeah, man. This is really good. Being able to see how far into the fight you are is very important. More important than people think. Added something like an encyclopedia of buffs and debuffs and their symbols. So like after you complete an encounter, learn an ability that has a new icon. This would, I mean, this is like really cool. This is like really cool. Especially like new players, right? Because let's say like, okay, how many of you in the chat right now, how many of you have no fucking idea what rot even is, but you just know when people say rot, they mean it's a debuff you have to pass around, because rot hasn't actually been in the fucking game for like 7 years. So in P4 Savage, it's typically called the rot. Well, you know where rot came from? It's all the way back in the Binding Coil of Bahamut in turn 2. It's Allagan Rot. That's where it originally started. What it was is the boss would cast rot on a random player, and that player would have to pass it before the debuff expired, or it would explode and wipe everybody. But I think this is kind of a cool idea too. They should let people choose between standard or PvP style and normal gameplay where combos are combined into one. Don't care if it makes things easier for some. It would be a net positive because people that struggle with combos would have one less thing to worry about. I'll give my personal opinion on this in a second. Let's see. Relies on 2 combo to be changed between 2 options. Putting that into a single button would mean dumbing the class down even more. This is not necessarily true because with this change, you can actually increase the number of combos that you have. So me personally, I don't really give a shit. If they combine all the abilities into one, right? So to me, let's say you have Heavy Swing, Maim, and Storm's Eye all in one. That doesn't really make the game easier for me. I mean, I guess maybe a little bit. But what this means is that if they combine all 3 of these abilities together, they have the potential to actually give you new GCDs. This game is so off GCD heavy that I don't think it would change much, man. Well, so okay, so you don't want to spam one button like in WoW. Okay, I understand that, but so getting to my second point, it allows them to be able to give you more combos. It allows them to be able to give you more GCDs, actually. Yeah, I know Dalaman has it. Well, I mean, I don't know, but a friend told me that Dalaman has it. Why do we new combos? What would they do? Just new damage buttons? Yeah, so it would make the jobs more interesting because over time, they've taken away combos. So like back in the day, Dark Knight actually used to have 3 different combos, believe it or not. It used to have Power Slash, Delirium, and Soul Eater. Imagine that. Warrior used to have Storm's Path, Storm's Eye, and Butcher's Block. I mean, I think it could potentially be a good thing. But then again, I don't really think that having those buttons make the game any harder, I guess. I've never heard anyone else request this. I just want my focus target to also display who it's targeting. This is really, really fucking good, I think. She probably plays healer. I know when I'm on healer, I would want this too, because I'm thinking about it now, and I remember times when I was on healer where I would want that. I just settled to not have to spam my potion button to high heaven to actually get it to go off. True. Being able to load certain hotbar UI presets for alts. There is a way to copy it from your main, but not for console players. Remove MP bars on jobs that don't use MP. Chat bubbles would be nice. A lot of people in chat bubbles. You guys said that Preach had to turn off his chat bubbles, right? Yo, was he pissed about that? I would imagine he was. You already know people would spam report him. Like, people already spam reported Pyro. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get banned for mods. Imagine being banned for chat bubbles. Like, dude, how can anybody with a working brain actually stand by the TOS and think that it's okay that you get a 10-day ban for chat bubbles? This is just where I disagree with a lot of people, apparently. I've noticed that a lot of people defending the TOS also have like altered, modified versions of their characters through G-Shade and other mods. And it's just kind of crazy to me. So it's pretty obvious, right? I feel like that a majority of what people ask are really harmless. I feel like asking for bigger numbers, chat bubbles, the ability to customize your UI more, the ability to turn off annoying shit like pets and limit break. I don't think any of those are game breaking. I don't think any of those are cheating. I just think that they're quality of life. We all want similar things, and hopefully that SE will take some of these suggestions, you know, and implement them. Yeah, that's the most important thing here is that options, man. The more options you have, the better it is. Yeah, I think so too. I think people want simple tweaks just put into the game, and I think that that's completely fine. Nobody in here is using this shit, right? No, right? None of us are. I'm not, you're not, none of us are. But I'm saying that, you know, if they implement it, it would be great. Anyway, that's it. End of the video. Hopefully SC will take some feedback. Hopefully.